Hey, welcome back to my channel, everybody. This week I wanted to update you guys on the weight loss plateau that I have been on for the last 4 weeks. My last couple of videos I've mentioned having struggled with staying in the exact same place that I've been and fluctuating kind of between 272 and 277, and it's just kind of been going up and down for the last few weeks, and I haven't been able to break through. This week I broke through pretty dramatically. I'm very excited about it, and I wanted to share with you guys the tips that or the top 5 things I've been doing to bust through that plateau. So stay tuned till the end to see just how much I busted through the plateau. Yeah, so let's get right into my top 5 tips. And the first one is gadgets. I find them super helpful. Everybody's not gonna feel the same way, but I find them super helpful. So I got a lunchbox on Amazon that came with some food containers. They were really good size. So with the type of diet that I'm following, I eat a lot of bulky vegetables, like your non-starchy bulky vegetables, so I need something of a reasonable size to put that in. I see a lot of people doing the little bento boxes, and they'll have their whole lunch, and they have 3 carrot sticks, a cucumber, and a piece of bread, and it's all crammed into this tiny box, and I'm like, dude, I need more food than that. So this one had some substantial containers with it and allowed me to pack a good sized lunch. And breakfast, I just kind of bring everything with me at the beginning of the day. So I'll put a picture of that in here. I'll link the lunchbox in the description box. But that really allowed me to plan my meals and to get everything laid out and packed up and ready to go, and it helps me with that routine. I find it really helpful to have that routine and that consistency in the morning, and that let me do it. So that was one of my first tips there. That and the steamer, the microwavable steamer I showed you in a previous video. I can bring food with me. I don't have to super prep everything. I don't have to bake a million potatoes at the beginning of the week. I can chop up a couple potatoes, stick it in a box, and then steam it for 5 minutes when I get to work. So that really, really helped me stay on track. So number 4 was to drink more water. So I have a really hard time, I'm really good at drinking coffee all day, but not so good at drinking water all day. So I went and got a gallon of water bottle, and I'll put a picture of that in here somewhere up in here. And gallon of water bottle, and it really I cannot drink a gallon of water a day. I mean, there are some people out there who are like, oh yeah, I drank a whole gallon of water today. That's good for them. It takes me 2 days to get through that gallon of water, and that's okay, but it really lets me see how much water I'm drinking. I've heard a lot of people say that, or other influencers or, diet recommendations and stuff, they'll tell you that a lot of times when you feel hungry, you're really thirsty and your body can't tell the difference. So drink a lot of water, fill yourself up, stay nice and hydrated. It helped. So I was drinking maybe half a gallon of water a day, and it let me see how much I'm drinking. Now, some days I didn't drink hardly anything, and then I felt like a loser, but on average I was drinking about half a gallon of water a day. So that helped. The third thing that I did was limiting eating out. So one of the biggest struggles that I've found with eating out is either you can't find anything on the menu that you can have, or everything you can have on the menu is drenched in oil. And that's just like a standard restaurant cooking method, I guess, is to cook it all in oil and then like drench it all in oil again just for good measure. Like, I don't get it. Because I can taste the oil on things now, and it's like, it's gross. It's like this stale, rancid taste in my mouth now because I'm just not used to it. And most oil, it's not like, high quality olive oil or something that they're using in these restaurants. It's like base grade cooking oil, like, just throw the shit on there, So, staying away from that was super helpful. I went to, last night we did go out to dinner, and I was trying to find something that I could have, and they promoted this vegan dish that they have. They've got like one vegan dish that you can have. Like, you can't even get a salad at most places because they like slather it in cream and cheese and meats, and you just can't get like a veggie salad anywhere. But they promoted this vegan dish, and it was pasta with tomato sauce and a bunch of veggies on it. And it was good. It was like really, really spicy, and I ended up not being able to eat it. Like, it was making my face leak. Like, my eyes were just gushing water. Like, it was super, super spicy. But I'm just not used to that anymore. I don't eat super, super, like, over-seasoned, over-fatted, indulgent things. Like, I eat simple. And so that was like a huge shock to my face, mainly. And when you're sitting there eating it, and it, like, you can taste all the oil on the veggies, and it's just, I just couldn't do it. I don't know. I asked him to take it back and just give me some pasta with tomato sauce and maybe a little basil on top, and keep it simple. And they did it, and they were awesome. But anyway, all of that is just hidden calories and hidden stuff that you don't need, and you don't know really what you're getting. So stay away from eating out as much as possible. There's this time when I first went vegan back in December of 2021, which, I mean, from right now is only 5 months ago, but, one day when someone is watching this video in the future, it was all the way back in 2021. I went to a friend's baby shower, and it was this totally cute place, and they had a whole room rented out, and they had food set up, and everybody can kind of go get stuff, but there was not one option aside from like carrot sticks and celery that I could eat. And I was like, okay, this is fine, I can just wait until later, no biggie, right? Well, one of the waitresses like saw me, and she was like, why aren't you eating anything? And I'm like, well, I recently went vegan, and so there's really nothing I can have, like, unless they're like a sandwich with just veggies. And she's like, you know what, we'll make you something. I'm like, like, you don't really have to. And then she was like, no, we're going to do it. So she went and made me a sandwich, and while the intention was awesome, and she was super accommodating and super friendly, and she had every good intention you could possibly have, the sandwich she brought out was 2 pieces of bread, and then veggies that had been drenched in oil. Like, the bread was soggy, it was leaking out everywhere, it was just oil oozing off this sandwich. Like, you couldn't pick it up without it, like, just dripping oil off the sandwich. And I was like, okay. So I took, like, a family-sized pack of paper towels and, like, dabbed the sandwich like you would dab a pizza, like just dabbing the sandwich to try to get all this oil off of it so I could eat it and not offend her and still be somewhat okay with what I was eating. And it's just, people don't think about it, but, like, the restaurants, it's either ginormous portion sizes or everything just drenched in excess fat and calories. It's not worth it. My tip number 2, we're counting down, we're on 2, is the 50-50 plate. And this is essentially just applying the rules of calorie density. And, Kiki does some great videos on calorie density. And I recently found another YouTuber, Chelsea May, I believe is her. It's Lean with Plants. She has a podcast too, which I've been listening to all the time, and she's awesome. And she's from New Zealand, so like I could listen to the accent just all day long. Like, I don't, maybe it's an American thing, but any kind of like British, Australian, New Zealand, whatever accent, I could just listen to it all the time. I love it. It's great. So, all of them are just very, very big on calorie density. How many calories per pound does this food have? And like, I was looking at a pound of cabbage, like how much cabbage it takes me to get to 100 calories versus how many potatoes it takes to get to 100 calories. Or, a banana is roughly 100 calories, like a medium-sized banana. So like really being able to like look at that and see like how many calories for like the bulk of food, you can get so much more food in and feel so much more full filling up on these non-starchy veggies. So one of the things that I've been doing every morning, again, Kiki is where I got this idea. She was having cabbage with her breakfast, and when I saw her doing that at first, I was like, this woman is crazy. She is eating cabbage for breakfast, right? But lo and behold, I like cabbage. I had no idea. So I'm just steaming cabbage in my little steamer basket thing in the microwave and just eating it plain, and then I'll have some oatmeal after that. And it's the best thing in the whole world. Like, I look forward to eating my cabbage in the morning, and I never thought that would be a thing. So I'll have about 100 calories worth of cabbage, and that 100 calories worth of cabbage is so much food. I am so full. I can almost not even eat my oatmeal, and I'm just having half a cup of oatmeal. Like, with some water and cinnamon and a little vanilla extract, like, nothing super fancy. This is not like a, influencer YouTube fancy pretty meal. Like, this is just like some oatmeal, right? So, that's my breakfast, and I'm stuffed. I am stuffed until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I'll have, a whole bunch of greens and some potatoes. Or, like one of the soups that I made, again, from Kiki's website. This girl has so many recipes, it's fantastic. But just making these meals that are so heavy in low calorie density options. So like I made that Hungarian mushroom soup that Kiki has on her website, and I added a little bit of barley into it and a bag of chopped spinach and all those mushrooms. I think I did like a pound of mushrooms, and it came out to be like 80 calories, and I got 4 servings of soup out of that. Like, that's insane. Like, I added the barley into it because like otherwise I would have like this giant bowl full of soup that only had like 150 calories, and I wasn't getting enough calories in my day. Like, I was like, I'm gonna starve to death. I need to get to like 1,200 calories at least. I mean, come on. And then that brings me to my last tip, number 1, calories. I know that no one likes calories. They think they're just like some evil thing, but it's a unit of energy. That's all it is. And when, you get to the end of the day, it's really, with anything, just about calories in and calories out. In order to lose fat off your body, you need to eat fewer calories than what you are burning throughout your day. If on an average day I burn 2,000 calories, let's say, I'm just using numbers, I don't know what it really is, but if I'm burning 2,000 calories, then I need to eat less than that to be in a calorie deficit and lose weight. Whether that's 1,800 calories or 1,500 calories or whatever, the number doesn't really matter as much as just getting fewer calories in. And that is what has, let me break through this plateau, is really tracking those calories. Now, calorie tracking is not something that's going to be sustainable for most people for a long term, but it is a useful tool for a week or two to really let you see what you're putting in your body, how much you're eating, how many, bite of this or lick of that or whatever you're getting, and also to be able to like visualize your food. So I used an app called Chronometer. I think I'm pronouncing it's Chronometer or Chronometer, whatever. And I found that it just has like more accurate estimates for basic food. So you can change everything to grams. I weighed everything I ate last week and tracked what those calories would be and like kind of planned my meals out and whatnot. And it is a pretty substantial amount of food just to get up to 1,500 calories in a day, if you're paying attention. If you're not paying attention and you're just grabbing a bite here and a bite there, or, hey, I could just add a crap ton of rice to my meal or whatever, then you're gonna get over that pretty quick. So, to use as a tool, I think calorie counting is effective, just so that you can picture things and, really see this is what 300 calories of potato looks like. Because you don't know unless you've seen it, that you've checked it, So that really helped. So now that we've gone over the 5 tips that I found helpful to break through this plateau, what did I do? What was the result of counting some calories and, trying to get more veggies in and drinking more water, etc.? Well, if you remember, I was stuck in that plateau and I was sitting there between like 272 and 277, and I weighed myself yesterday morning and I was at 267. So that's a solid 5 pounds below what my lowest weight was. If it was at 272, 5 pounds in a week. Break through the plateau. Awesome. I was thrilled. I was thrilled to finally break through that and to finally get under 270. For some reason, over the past several years, like that was just a point for me where I could just never get past it. I could never get lower than this point. At that point, I'd always like just give up, be like, okay, give me the cupcakes because I've been trying and I give up. I need to go do something. I don't know. But that was my breaking point. And I would fight so hard, it felt like, to like get past that, and it just never happened. And now to be able to see the 260s just gives me so much hope that I'm doing something right and that there is, a light at the end of the tunnel, that I am working towards something and slowly achieving it. Because it's demoralizing to sit there and be in the same spot week after week after week and be like, what the hell am I doing wrong, And then to finally break through and get past that point, it's like, yes, I did it, and I'm gonna do it again. So this week I'm doing the same thing, and we're gonna hope for similar results. And yeah, so that's where we're at, 267. Go me. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.